Our 8-figure e-commerce client asked us to build an AI assistant for their marketing team. And here is what we came up with. In this video, I'll go over the actual use case that we were building for, as well as the backend of the system. Now, before we go into the actual build, I want you to understand the types of the ads that this e-commerce brand runs. The UGC ones, the informational ones, and the educational ones. The UGC ones can be static or video, and the static ads can be either the product or a person ads. The product ads, meaning you are doing a static UGC ad where you are showing a product with a certain information. The person-led static ads are basically a UGC of the person consuming or using the product, usually with some graphics. The video UGC is pretty standard. The informational, usually it's still a video, but instead of the user showing themselves, they're showing the product and explaining certain things about this product. And educational can be both video and static, where you are educating your audience about a certain thing. What we have been focusing on is the static UGC person-led ads. There is a lot of discussion right now in the AI space about the AI possibility of creating the actual video ads that can be used for the different e-com brands. What I want you to understand is that after working with numerous companies, especially in the e-com, especially the companies that are spending literally millions of dollars on ads every year. After me spending over $100,000 on ads every month, I can tell you that the AI right now is not in the position, for the most cases, to create a video ads that can outperform the actual ads that are created by humans. Not only that, but on the static side, usually you would still need humans to add the graphics on top, even if you create the ad that is going to be good enough to use as a part of the infrastructure build. But the whole point of us creating the AI assistant for the brand was to not replace the content creation, but rather use it as an assistant. And again, not a replacement. So this client spends $1 million approximately per month on Meta and TikTok ads. They have an in-house marketing team as well as 2 outsourced marketing agencies. They create hundreds of ad creatives per month. Their content marketing team has 5 full-time actors and creators that make them ad-specific content. Again, the ad-specific content when it comes to the UGC and the influencer marketing content are 2 separate things. So what they needed is a tool that will allow them to quickly brainstorm and A/B test UGC ideas. So they're using platforms like Loops that allow you to deploy multiple creatives into the marketplace of people where they will choose which one they prefer to not overly spend on the ads for A/B tests. And they asked us to create this AI assistant that will work hand in hand with the actual A/B testing, marketing, and content marketing teams. Originally, we built the wireframe on ChatGPT. It was at the time when ChatGPT released their image creation, and it was pretty good. So we've been using Lovable as the front end and then ChatGPT on the back end. But then when Nanobanana was released, we started to use that and started to see much better results. So now let me go over the actual build and show you how it works. Now this interface is built on Lovable. So here, first step is to fill out the form, and the parameters from these forms will be sent to our N8N workflow. So this N8N workflow is connected to Nanobanana through the Fall AI. Fall AI allows you to connect to multiple software platforms and tools through APIs in a very, very understandable way. Here you have the Nanobanana API as well as the playground. So here you can use it to test it out. And on the API tab, you have a lot of the different endpoints that you can use. And we are connecting this N8N workflow to the Fall AI endpoints that are actually connected to Nanobanana instead of connecting to Gemini. So let's actually test it out first. Here are the 4 products that the client has. So if we choose the product right here, we can also specify how many variations we want. Let's say we want 2. And these are the predefined parameters that actually make it very easy to play around with different things instead of all placing it in the description. So here in the gender, let's say it's the female, lighting, let's say natural lighting, and the mood, let's say calm, peaceful. So here, let's say we want the woman pointing to a bottle that is sitting on a table, something like that. So when we create this shot, so when we click the button, it is going to send all the parameter from the form to the N8N, but it's not sending it in a format that is raw, but instead it actually format it on the backend. Here you can see that the run is basically started and was just completed. So if we go back in here, you can see that these are the 2 results, and you can view it separately in the actual window. You can download it, you can mark it as good to then filter, or you can edit it. Now, before we try to edit this specific image, let's go into the N8N and see this run. So this was the execution that generated these 2 images. If we copy it to the editor and click on the webhook, you will see that here we have 2 text fields. You will see that it created the prompt that will be then sent to Fall to then be sent to Nanobanana. So we are not sending the raw form information that you can place on the interface, but instead Lovable, where the interface is built, actually has the description on how to create the prompts from the information that was provided during the form submit. That is why here not only you have a prompt, but you also have the sizes of the bottles. This is very important because for our client that sells the bottles that are actually the smaller than you would expect, we need to provide the sizes to the LLM so that then it has the context of how to actually put it in the hands of the humans. Now, making it completely clear, it is not perfect. That is why I was mentioning to you multiple times that this is just an assistant and not a tool that generates the UGC content that they are actually using in their ads. So these are the prompts that were created based on the form with the prompt description that we have on the Lovable. Then we set Fall API key and send the request to Fall to the Nanobanana API endpoint. So here we provide the key, we provide the prompt that we got from the webhook right here, and we also attach images. So if you go to the Fall here, you will see that we have an option to submit the request. So this is an actual endpoint, and here we can provide multiple images. Now, there are a lot of the endpoints, again, that you can use for different cases. For most of them, you can attach images. So we are not only using the images for references because, yes, we did select the product right here, but we also inputted the details here to create the prompt. So now both the prompt and the reference images about the product needs to be sent to Nanobanana so that the Nanobanana understands what is the product, have the actual product on the white background right here in the gallery. From here, you can add more products right here, or you can add more images for this product that will be then all sent to Nanobanana. And this is what we are doing right here. When this API is getting called, we are waiting for 10 seconds, and after that, we are checking the image status. Again, what we found, it is still unstable, so it takes from 10 to 1.5 minutes to generate a response sometimes. That is why we wait for the 10, and then we check for it to be completed. So if the status is completed, it means that we can download this image through another endpoint and then send it back to the webhook. Then the Lovable interface can display it right here. Or if the run was not completed, then we wait longer, we check the image status again, and then we just loop until it is finished. Then we download the image again, and then we send this image as the URL to the Lovable. So now, if let's say, if we view this a specific woman, if I would want to change, let's say, the color of the jacket, I can click edit and I can say, can you please change the color of the jacket to red? And I'm gonna submit this edit. So we're gonna wait. Now, this usually is much faster compared to the original run. So if we go into the executions, you'll see that this execution was already completed right here. It usually takes only 10 seconds, but again, 10 seconds because we have this 10-second delay. So here you can see that now we have her as the same image with the red jacket. So now the client can download this information, download this image, and A/B test it. Now, as you can see, it is not the ad that you would use, first because it looks very AI-ish. Second, the product is almost not visible. It's just an example to show you the actual build out on how you can structure the same thing in a product, in a system that then can be actually used by the clients. Because a lot of the times you can see on the YouTube or in the LinkedIn, people are sharing the workflows, the build outs that doesn't make sense in the production environment. And they are telling you that this can be used for real companies, but then when you talk to real companies, you see that it is not there yet. They do not want to risk their ad spend to use something that is not 100% polished. But for the companies that spend a lot of money, that care about R&D, already AI is good enough to provide them the information, the contacts, the images, the videos that will be valuable for their eventual launch. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.